I don't.
Good morning.
Good morning. Hold everyone. I'll get started in a second. I'm taking care of a few matters in the courtroom, so give me a few minutes and we'll get started.
Recording in progress.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I am Judge Regina Mincy, and this is our Orca final plea calendar for Friday, October 21st. Can everyone hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Morning.
Good
Good morning.
Judge.
I shouldn't have to say that in G33, but I just want to make sure. Thank goodness we're in G33. I have on the first Orca C final plea calendar that I have, all 4 cases have been no pros. Garrison, Hoyer, Kilpatrick, and Norton. So I'm not for sure if everyone is aware. And then on my Orca A final plea calendar, I'm going to call this calendar, the first case I have is Dakota Charles, 20 CR 002206F. And I have a note here.
Good morning, Judge.
I wanna
Renee
make
Rock.
sure of where we are and are we resetting, or what's the status state on this case?
Good morning, Judge. It's Renee Rockwell.
Ms. Rockwell, I see you, but I can't hear you.
Oh, Okay, 1 second.
Now you're muted again. And try to unmute yourself.
It looks like she's frozen.
Cannot hear. Hold on a second. I might have just,
She's writing something in the chat, Your Honor. I think it says, I thought I would be in trial.
and then Ms. Rockwell, it said she was unavailable, but we just saw her, so you'll have to use change.
Can you hear me?
Now we can. We can't see you, but now we can see you and hear you. There you go. Good
Oh,
morning.
sorry. Well, first of all, I think I had communicated with the court and with the state that I was going to be on trial, and that resolved yesterday by plea. So I don't think it's, and I kind of thought I was going to be on for a motion, which was strange for me. But anyway, and I don't even know if my client signed in, because I told him there was no way I was going to be present, but here I am. Is there a way, because I'm about to send you my updated conflict, is there a way I could have another final plea, please? Please.
Please. Let's see. Let me check with my
Marshall Story.
I'm here, Attorney Rockwell.
Is that Miss Marshall's story? Okay, yes. Thank you. Do you have an objection to that? I know I was communicating with you and Judge Law earlier, but then she said to include Mincy in my communication. I'm about to just send you an updated conflict letter right now, requesting it.
Are you still seeking motions, or are we going to try to come to a resolution?
You want me to communicate with you on the side there in the chat, or what would you like for me to do?
We can speak next week if that's okay with you.
Perfect. Judge, object to a reset. It's just a miracle I'm even here right now. I'm outside of another jury courtroom calendar call. But is that okay with Your Honor?
Sure. I don't have a problem with that. What would be our reset date for this case?
We can do November 18th. However, I wanted to see exactly what you think it may be, because we have a 9, 11:30. 11:30 is emotions and 9 o'clock, so just final plea calendar. So I just wanted to see, I guess where you were headed as far as emotions or just a final plea calendar. I can put it on 9:30.
why don't you put it on 11:30 and then we can change it if it's gonna be a, I'm gonna stand down for 2 seconds and send you a chat.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, so just put it on for 11:30.
Mhm.
Okay.
And that way we can.
Right. Okay.
Okay, you want to move to the next? one?
Judge, could we just put it on for 11:30 and we're gonna still work on it?
Okay, that would be
Thank you
fine.
so much. May I be excused?
Yes, you may.
Thank
We've
you.
got-
May I just clarify? So the 11:30 is the motions calendar, which means the state will have to, will be prepared for motions. So is that what you're saying that you are
Yes.
requesting?
Yes, for
Okay.
now, for now. If that changes, I'll get in touch with you.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Y'all have a good weekend.
18th.
Thank you,
too. Have a
Judge,
good
for allowing me
weekend.
to.
Bye-bye. All right, the next case that we have is State versus Dwayne Marshall, 20 CR 002714F. And State, where are we with this case? Looks like, I don't know, PD's office is a conflict defender. The cloud been contacted.
Your Honor, that was my understanding. Is the defendant even on the line?
Right, Mr. Dwayne Edward Marshall, are you with us?
Yes, I'm right here.
Okay.
Oh gee, he's in the courtroom.
Oh, perfect. I think he was supposed to be seeking conflict counsel.
Yes. Morning, Mr. Marshall, has been able to do that?
No, not really. I've been financially strapped actually, and I just was able to. I was going to try to get some prepaid legal services.
I don't know about that. Did you receive the instructions about conflict defender, but you were
Right,
not
right.
able to reach her?
No,
Did you try to reach her?
yeah, I tried. Yeah,
Well,
about some.
I have heard of people talking about that, but I don't know that that's going to be a resolution for prepaid legal. And you were told this on what date? And we are back here today.
Okay, I can't remember.
Make this a priority to
Yes, I understand.
get representation.
Mhm.
But it appears that you may qualify for the PD's office, but they would have to put you in touch with the conflict defender.
Okay.
Do you have an updated address for us?
169.
Hold on a second. We're gonna give you, do we have a form or you just
So you
wait?
have to change it in the clerk's office.
You have to go to the clerk's office, get the form to change that address and to update that so you can get these notices until you have an attorney that will be on record to receive them.
Mhm.
So right now, you're unrepresented, it appears, and you have the duty and responsibility to keep us informed as to where and how to reach you.
Yes, I should be in the system. It's at 169.
Trinity.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, I'm sorry to interrupt, Your Honor. He filed on September 9th.
Okay, so you did do that on September 9th. Okay,
Yes, Your Honor.
okay.
Also, in the meantime, I'll consult with Cardita Cook and see if, because typically what we're supposed to do is send that information out to Cardita Cook for a conflict attorney. I have no knowledge of whether or not one was contacted.
Anyway,
So
okay.
I'll follow up, and then if you want me to reset him for the 18th, I can
Okay,
at 9 o'clock.
right. So what we're going to do, Mr. Marshall, is to reset you to November the 18th at 9 a.m. and she'll give you a piece of paper with that on it. We're going to send your information to the conflict defender because we don't think that she's been contacted,
Right.
and she will be contacting you. So do you have a cell number on there as well?
Yes.
Right. So when you get weird numbers to call, I'm sure she'll leave a message, but you need to check your messages and respond back to her
Absolutely.
or him. I don't know who it'll be exactly, but they're going to leave you a message and want to get in contact with you. Because before we know it, it'll be November 18th.
Yes.
So hold on a second, my clerk will get that information for the 18th at 9 a.m. back here. Okay. Unless you hear otherwise from your attorney.
Okay.
I'm sitting for a status.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Next court.
All right, so you have that information?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we'll see you on the 18th unless you hear otherwise and speak with your attorney, okay?
Okay.
All right, thank you. Have a good one. Position 3 was a no cross. And position 4 is case number 20 CR 002892F, Blake Sebastian.
Yes, ma'am.
Morning, Your Honor.
Good morning.
Don Beskin and Mr. Sebastian, both present. We have a negotiated plea ready at Your Honor's convenience. All the paperwork has been submitted.
This is a no plea.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, that was not negotiated. Could I speak with Mr. Beskin
Okay.
Yeah, yes.
in a breakout room?
All right, hold on a second.
Okay, I'm sorry, Ms. Riley, I thought that was okay with you. If not, he'll plead guilty. I thought it was okay with you.
No, it's a guilty to the reckless.
Okay, Your Honor, it's a guilty plea to the reckless then.
My paperwork is circled, plea paperwork is a no.
Yeah, I know, Your Honor. I don't know if we can say that it's a guilty plea. I apologize to the court. It's been on a few times. I did not think it would be any problem, but Mr. Sebastian will speak to the court and advise that he wishes to change it to a guilty plea. I don't know if you need to reset it for us to resubmit paperwork. I apologize to the court.
I would not like to reset it for that. If you're in your office,
I'm in my office, Your Honor, but Mr. Sebastian lives in Tennessee. He's at his office or house. We're not at the same place. I mean, I could resubmit the plea form, and
well, the only one is
there's only one count, Your Honor. Yes.
well, and what I'm saying is that the first page, the other pages would be sufficient. But if both parts, you and your client need to sign it. That's the,
Your Honor, if I may, in the past, we have accepted attorneys signing by special designation for their clients. If Mr. Beskin, if you are able to resubmit just that first page via email.
that would be great.
Mr. Beskin, court, I may be able to do that in real time, real quick here, if you'd like for me to do that.
Your Honor, it looks like he actually did sign on the guilty plea statement. It was just we circled on the plea and verdict nolo, but I believe, Ms. Riley, correct me if I'm wrong, I think, couldn't we just proceed on the guilty plea statement? Or do you want me to resubmit the plea and verdict and change that to guilty?
Well, we could proceed. I just want to make sure that the plea and verdict form, the first page is going to be redone or
Yes, ma'am.
corrected.
Yes,
All right,
ma'am.
yeah, I stayed in my place. It'll be redone. I'll have it, to the court by the end of the day, or as soon as we're off, I'll do it, send it to him and get it back and send it to Ms. Bolton. And to Ms. Riley.
All right, Ms. Riley, is that sufficient for you?
Yes, Your Honor.
And Your Honor, I'll state in my place that will be done.
Okay. Hold on 1 second, Mr. Charles. Is he still on, or he was told he could be excused? All right, if we're ready to take the plea, we will do that.
Yes, Your Honor.
And Mr. Sebastian, if you could raise your right hand for me. Do you affirm that the testimony that you're about to give is the truth and nothing but the truth under the penalty of perjury?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and understand that you're willing to take a guilty plea to 1 count of reckless driving in case number 20 CR 0028992F. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you put your hand down for me.
Again.
At this time, state, I will listen to your recommendation.
Thank you, Your Honor. The state's recommendation is to count 4 reckless driving, a $1,000 fine, 40 hours of community service, complete an alcohol and drug evaluation in any treatment that is recommended, risk reduction, 1 victim impact panel, and counts 1 through 3 will be null pros, and that will be submitted at the conclusion of the plea. We would expect the evidence to show, Your Honor, if this went forward to trial, that on May 24th of 2019, Trooper Coker had observed a vehicle enter Piedmont Road from a private drive in Fulton County, observed the driver or the vehicle cross over the center concrete median and accelerate quickly, and abruptly onto Piedmont Circle. Observed the driver failing to maintain their lane and stop at a stop sign. The officer or trooper made a traffic stop in which he encountered Blake Sebastian with a Tennessee driver's license. His speech was slurred and made incoherent statements, and he did admit to having consumed 3 beers. Field sobriety was conducted. However, Trooper Coker, Your Honor, the reason for the reduction is that Trooper Coker is on an extended medical leave due to an injury from that was occurred on while he was on duty, and due to the age of the case and us not knowing the return of Trooper Coker is the reason for the reduction to reckless driving.
All right. Is that your understanding, Mr. Baskin?
Yes, Your Honor, there is a factual basis for the plea, and what Ms. Riley said was correct. I just advised the court that the trooper was not injured in this incident, something way after that. Your Honor, Mr. Sebastian has completed all the conditions except for payment of the fine. In speaking to Ms. Bolton, she advised that the clerk's office or probation would contact him or me to say where to send the check or the payment, as he is, as Ms. Riley said, he is a Tennessee resident, has a Tennessee license, and the terms of our negotiated plea are that once all the conditions are met and the fine is paid, that it would be non-reporting probation. Well, the case would be terminated, I guess.
That is correct, Your Honor. And to perfect the record, Trooper Coker was not injured in this incident. Thank you.
All right. And he'll go non-reporting, or it'll be, our probation will be suspended?
Non-reporting, Your Honor.
All right. So, Mr. Baskin, do you stipulate to venue, identity, and factual basis?
Yes, Your Honor, I thought I already stated, we do state that there is a factual basis for the plea. Ask the court to accept the negotiated recommendation from the state. And we would ask that, I guess, his initial meeting and everything be able to be conducted by telephone due to the fact that he is an out-of-state resident.
Okay. All
And he's
right.
prepared to pay the fine once he's advised as to the exact amount and where to send it and everything else.
All right. And we will get that information to him. Mr. Sebastian, again, it's my understanding that you wish to plead guilty to 1 count of reckless driving, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm going to ask you a series of questions in order to take your plea to make sure that it is free and voluntary. And that first question is will be, are you under the influence of any medication, drugs, or alcohol at this time?
No, Your Honor.
Are you satisfied with the services and representation of your attorney?
I am, Your Honor.
And do you understand that by pleading guilty, you're giving up or waiving the right to the presumption of innocence?
I do, Your Honor.
That you're giving up or waiving the right to remain silent and not testify against yourself?
Yes, ma'am, Your Honor.
That you're giving up and waiving the right to trial by judge or jury, whichever you prefer?
Yes, ma'am.
And you're prepared and agree to waive those rights today, is that correct?
I am, Your Honor.
Has anyone told you that you will receive a lesser sentence for pleading guilty?
No,
Has anyone promised you anything to plead guilty?
no, ma'am.
And do you understand that if you're currently on probation, your probation could be revoked because of this guilty plea today?
I do, Your Honor. I'm not.
Okay, and then you also understand that this guilty plea, again, is, do you offer it freely and voluntarily with the full understanding of the charge that's being rendered against you today?
Yes, ma'am. I do, Your Honor.
And as to the charge of reckless driving, how do you plead?
Guilty.
All right, I would accept this negotiated plea. And you understand your conditions, but it sounds like you completed all your conditions except for the payment of the fine. You paid your ADET, risk reduction, 1 VIP, and 40 hours of community service you've already completed.
Yes, ma'am.
That's good. My clerk will tell you, okay, she has it, I'm looking at it. Over
She
her
has
shoulder. I did see all the information, so we appreciate you getting that done.
Yes, ma'am. It was an honor, actually.
You will go non-reporting once the fine is paid. And then you're prepared to give him that, Ms. Bolton, or how do you
Yes, Your Honor. I'm sorry.
give him that information? Because the fee and fine, the other charges, it's not exactly 1,000, is it?
Right, I have to compute it.
Right, she's gonna compute that for you.
And that-
Yes, ma'am.
Add up to $1,520.
$1,520. Can he go to the website to pay or no?
Well, he would have to wait until probation contacts him, and then they'll correct him. But as soon as we enter, as soon as the plea is tendered, then I'll go ahead and input the information in the system. And then that way they'll reach out to him. When he reaches out sometime this week, then they'll have his information on file.
Right. Once we, first, Mr. Baskin, we need to receive that plea and verdict form back to perfect the record. Once the record is perfected and the clerk has entered it into the e-filing system, then next week probation will be reaching out to you and your client to make sure that he is signed up, and we'll let him know how and when and where to pay that full fine. But it'll probably be next week, one day.
That's fine, Your Honor.
They will give you those instructions on how to get the fine to them.
Yeah, we submitted a probation form. They have his contact information and mine.
Yes.
Okay. So that will happen sometime next week. If you don't hear from them after a week, reach out to them.
Yes, ma'am.
But they're pretty diligent. They will definitely do that. And I have one more form to sign. All right, that completes the plea, Mr. Sebastian. Good luck to you. And Mr. Beskin, you know where to send that form? You have the email?
Yes, ma'am. I'll send it to Ms. Bolton and a copy to Ms. Riley.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Mr.
Anna.
Biskin.
God bless you guys. Thank you. Appreciate
Shall
you.
we be
Thank you.
excused? Thank you, Anna.
You may be excused. Awesome.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. So that concludes everything we have today, it looks like. I have such a terribly long calendar, it appears. So that makes for a Good Friday.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Anything else, Ms. Bolton?
No,
No?
that's the best. I have everything I need.
All right, everyone, enjoy the rest of your day.
Quick
well.
question, please. Number one, what was that date again? The calendar date,
Right, November 18th
November 18th.
at
Great.
11:30.
Thank you very much.
All right, anything else? I don't think I met you, PD, pronounce your last name, so I don't mispronounce it.
Is that me, Your Honor?
Yes.
Trejo.
Trejo,
Yes,
okay.
ma'am.
Nice to meet you.
You as well, Your Honor. Look forward to meeting you in person someday.
Okay, good. We're trying to get there. I don't know
Yes,
when.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Soon enough, I'm sure.
Right, all right, everyone. Have a good weekend.
You
Thanks,
as
everybody.
well. Thank
Have a
you.
good day. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.